Hello everyone and welcome to TrackMind TV. This is the spotlight show where we highlight talent and giftings. If we look at the modeling industry right now, it's really growing pretty fast. If we look at the events that are taking place, for example, Miss Elite World, Miss Universe Kenya, they are really increasing. And even if we look at branding around us, there's use of models in almost everything that is being branded out there. And today we get to speak to a lovely model, and she's going to tell us more about modeling. I hope you're excited to learn more as I am. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Faith Mwangi. I'm a student at KU in Kenyatta University, taking psychology. Yes.
Okay. So when and how did you realize you could model?
2015, 2016 in Form 2 when we had cultural events, and then I would get people to ask me to, you have the looks or something like that. And then I thought about it and I went for it. So that's where it started.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So in school, would you have events that you would take part in, or how would you showcase it to the others?
In high school,
Yes.
we would only have one event at the end of the year. It was called cultural event, where you will showcase different cultures of Kenya or talents. So yeah, that's what basically it was all about.
So that's where it built up from.
Yeah, that's where it built up from.
And before your schoolmates told you about it, had you ever thought of modeling?
No, actually I was photophobic, if I can say. I hated photos. I hated being in front of the cameras and everything. That was, I guess, I don't know, it just came naturally, I guess. Yeah.
So how's the experience been so far since then up to now, since you're now doing it professionally? How has the experience been?
It hasn't been easy. It's not an easy industry to be in, especially when you don't have an agency, because you have to figure everything out by yourself. You have to pay for your own stuff, like photo shoots. But so far, it's a nice experience because you get to interact with people. So yeah.
So what kind of modeling do you do?
I am commercial model. By commercial, I mean like I get to shoot for brands or beauty products or anything. Basically, it's just, there's no, how will I say, there's no requirements for commercial. You just, as long as you suit that exact thing that is being looked for.
The exact brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm a commercial model and recently started joining pageants.
Okay. I'm sure we have some of our viewers who may be wondering what pageant modeling is. Would you mind explaining it to us?
Yeah. Pageant models is participating in pageants. I don't know how to
Like
say
a
pageant.
runway kind of?
Yeah, like a runway. Although there are runway models and there's a pageant model. But it's basically the same thing though. So a pageant model, you get to represent a brand, like there are many brands like Universe, Earth, Miss World. So you are not a person, you are an organization basically.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And are there other types of modeling other than those two?
Yeah, many. There is fitness model, there is editorial, there is what is it called? There are many. I can't remember.
It's okay. It's okay. So what brands have you worked with so far?
So far I've just been into beauty, mostly facial. So just Hal's Flair so far now, but I am sending resumes so that I can work for other brands.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for someone who wants to be a model, what requirements do they need?
right now, confidence, because there are so many types of modeling that you don't have to, unless you want a specific one. For example, if you want to be a fashion model, that is a runway model, you have to be a specific height. You have to be like 5'9" and above, 5'9" and above. But for commercial modeling, there is no requirement. As long as you have the confidence and you have what it takes or what is being looked for, you can just go for it. If you have pretty hands, you can be a part model of hands. If you have the facials, you can just go for poses, the facials for beauty products. So yeah, there are no requirements, and it's, even if you are plus size, there's plus size models. So right now we are evolving into a culture where there are no specific,
There's no specific,
unless it's pageant or runway. Yeah.
Oh, I guess things have changed then, because I remember back then you'd be told if you want to be a model, you have to be of a certain size, you have to be this height. But I think now that this like body part modeling, for
Yeah.
lack of a better explanation, it makes it open for more people to join.
Yeah, because I remember when after high school, I wanted to really do modeling. But then people I came across were like, no, you're not tall. You should be 5'8" and above. And it took me a while before I thought about it until I came across someone who will explain to me about commercial modeling. So people still have that notion that you have to be a specific weight.
Yeah.
I actually remember trying to lose weight so that it can be thin. But nowadays you just go for it. Yeah,
Just the way you are.
just the way you are.
I think I like that one better than the one before.
Yeah.
So did you go to a modeling school?
No, I haven't gone to a modeling school. But maybe now that I am into pageant, sometimes you need to go to one for training, like the catwalk, or just knowing about the industry more, because there's so much that you can get from by yourself. But when you meet other people in pageants and people who want to join, you get to learn more. But no, I haven't been to a modeling school.
Oh. And if you look at modeling schools in Kenya, are they increasing? What is the status of modeling schools in Kenya?
There are quite many. Not quite many. They are coming up, but
Okay.
now the problem comes in to differentiate the legit one from the scam one, because most that are coming up, they are just scam to con people money, because they know people are desperate, if I
Yeah.
may use that word, to get out there. And if you do modeling for fame, that's what I came to realize, you will lose a lot of money. So they know that that is a chance to extort money from people. So there are many, but you just have to know the
real ones
real
from
ones.
the fake ones.
Yeah.
So I've heard you mention a lot concerning commercial and pageant modeling. Is there one that is better than the other, or both of them are just good?
Well, I can't say because I haven't been so much into them, but from people I have interacted with, there's no, hakuna yenye ni better
Ni
kuliko
better than
ingine,
ingine.
because you might thrive in commercial, but pageant is not, because pageant you need to be an all-rounded person, you need to be outspoken, you need to be interactive with people. But commercial, you're just there for poses and selling the brand. So it depends with who you are, because if you are good with people, you can go for pageants. If you are good with selling things, there's promotional model or commercial, so you go for it. There's none which is better than the other.
So it's based on your preference.
Your preference and your efforts. Yeah.
Okay. And what challenges have you come across in the modeling industry? You you necessarily don't have to have experienced them, but what challenges have you noticed in the industry?
In Kenya, there's no togetherness. There's no unity when it comes to modeling and organizations. Take for example South Africa. In South Africa, it's one organization that brings so many. Okay, I'm talking about pageants. One organization that brings out so many, like, let's say four queens, Miss Universe, Miss Earth, and all that. But in Kenya, you get that one universe is different from the other one. You get Miss Universe is an organization by its own. Miss World is an organization by its own. And so for people, you really have to have connections to get to either of them, because you don't know them. And there's no unity. Also, the problem with scamming, they take advantage of naive people, especially those who are just from high school and they don't know anything about modeling, but they know they want to become models. There's also an issue of in Kenya, we have been branded that you have to, if I may say so, you have to sell yourself to get to the top.
Yeah.
And so if you come, like, for example, when I told my parents, my dad, I wanted to be a model, he was skeptical, because he was like, what do you have to give out? Everyone has that notion, but people should differentiate that there are those type of models and there are others who are just brands themselves. So yeah, there are a lot of challenges. Yeah.
What would you propose to be done differently in the industry to change things up?
One thing is, as a country, we need like government support. Actually, we don't have government support because we don't get the acknowledgement that models should. You go to other countries and you see that modeling is so taken as a serious matter. But when you come to Kenya, it's like you're just there.
You're on your own.
You're on your own. So I guess government support will come in handy, and also organizations coming together and being the main, having one main under one main management, and also models like me to do their own research and to be knowledgeable, because it's tough. You just can't come out and say you are a model because you don't even know like what it entails. So you have to do a lot of research. Yeah, that mainly.
How are you able to balance modeling and school?
You just have to know your priorities. I know I haven't really had a bad time because I am yet to get so busy, but you just have to know when it's time to give one the priority, because either way, without school, you wouldn't do anything, because modeling is not a certain thing that you will get money from. You can't say I'm going to modeling career because of the money that's involved. Yes, there is money and you can earn, but you still have to know that school comes first. So, and also the fact that I had to promise, I guess, my dad that I have to take school seriously so that he can support me in any way he can. Yeah, so just know your priorities.
Yeah, and plus it's a matter of balancing out.
Yeah, it's a matter of balancing out, knowing what to do now and what's important now. Yeah.
What's your most memorable experience while modeling? Be it the event, be it how you did it. Do you have one memorable moment while doing modeling?
My My memorable one was my very first shoot I got to do. And I remember I was so bad at poses because every time the photographer would be like, chin up, put your chin up. And I'll be like, this is a lot of work. But I got to learn, and it was my first time before so many cameras.
Yeah.
And it was just something about it that makes you feel like now your journey has started. So that was my memorable one. Yes, then I got to shoot for my friend, so it was nice. Yeah.
And do you have a bad experience with modeling so far? An experience that you would term as your worst?
Not really, but I just don't. Maybe one where I sent my photos, and we were supposed. It was supposed to be a casting, and you were supposed to send your photos. But then you get the people you are sending to are, I don't know how I can name them, but they ask for photos that you know you're not comfortable with, and it happens a lot. But you just I just happen to be like, have someone I can ask if this is right, because you know you don't know.
Yeah.
So probably I would have sent them, but now I just don't like it when that happens, and it happens a lot. You just have to know if you want to do it or you don't, because you can choose to do it. Yeah.
Which makes it hard to get opportunities, because there are these people who are preying on you. You have to give something to get something.
Yeah, you definitely, and you will definitely come across them. You have to give something to get something. You have to give your time, give your energy, give your money so that you can get that role. Yeah.
And are you signed under any modeling agency?
No, for now I am a freelance model. I get to look for my own shoots, cater for my own shoots. But hopefully, I'd like to join an agency, because it comes with so much. Although you're not in control though, but there's a lot of experience, and you have trainers, you have people to tell you this is what to do, this is not what to do. When you're a freelance, you just go for it. You just go.
You are on your own.
If you get losses, that's on you. If you get risks, that's on you. So yeah.
And is there a specific process for you to join a modeling agency, or you just apply, and if you're lucky, you get in?
I don't know about that, but the one I tried joining, you had to be a specific height.
Oh, really?
Which I was not, so I didn't get to join it. But they just have open calls, open castings, and you either go, or especially like this time when there was lockdown and Corona was intense, most open calls were online. So you just had to send your portfolio and your experiences online. But sometimes you get to go physically, you model, you catwalk, you talk, they get to judge from that. So those are the main ones that I know so far. Yeah.
Do you have someone specific that you look up to in your career of modeling?
Yeah, internationally there's Katriona Gray. She was Miss Universe 2018. She's an icon, a legend. And in Kenya right now, it's Jean Ojiro. She's a commercial model, and I have seen her grow, because I was following her even from way before, and she encourages. She's just a nice person, and she always answers DMs, so it's nice. Yeah, she's one of my icons too. Yeah.
And what challenges have you faced personally so far, as you're doing your freelance modeling?
The main one is finances, because photo shoots are kind of expensive. To get good photographers and good pictures, it is expensive. Another thing is that you have to invest your time and your energy, and you get that balancing that with school is really tough, because you can have an audition, and like for example we see on Monday at 8, and that Monday at 8 probably you have an exam, so you get most of them coincidentally crash with my schoolwork.
Yeah.
So I get to miss a lot, because at the same time I don't want to push my school aside. So yeah, just those, and of course the people that I said, who make you feel less. And sometimes you can go to an audition and you don't get to audition, because because already there are people who they wanted, and sometimes you are so many, you get like 100 girls, and all of you are waiting to audition in like 10 hours, so they can't call all of you, so you just register, and sometimes you just know hapo hautaitwa,
Yeah.
so you get to waste your whole day. So yeah, those are the main ones that I've come across.
But that's quite unfortunate. I mean, after someone has devoted their time to come and show up.
Yeah, that's why people say nowadays, say without connections you're going nowhere, because without connections you won't even sometimes get to audition unless you know one of those people. Yeah.
And what are your future plans in modeling?
To work with brands, Kenyan brands, work with good Kenyan photographers, and participate on the coming years, maybe a year or two from now, participate in Miss World Kenya. Those are my goals right now. Yeah.
And I wish you all the best
Thank you.
with that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Faith will be modeling for us, and you'll get to see her skills. So I hope you're excited for that. In the meantime, we thank you so much for keeping it Track Mind. If you're a model, please be sure to continue up with this conversation in the comment section. Share our video, like, and also subscribe to our channel. And until next time, keep it Track Mind.